Hi guys and welcome to another FIFA 22 video. Today guys, I'm going to be giving you my racing predictions for the upcoming FUT Captains promo. It's not the best name for a promo, if that's what it is going to be called. It basically just centers around FUT Hero cards receiving significant upgrades, basically going from like, you know, if we're talking like icons here, going from like a mid icon to, you know, like a moments icon level type of player. That's what we're going to be getting with FUT Heroes. Remember a few weeks ago I did a video saying that upgrades are going to come to FUT Hero cards at some point, because all the way back, like just a week or so before the launch of the game back in September, EA did a pitch note saying that yes, FUT Heroes are going to be new to the game and will get upgraded later on in the game cycle. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, maybe if you got like an 88 rated Diego Milito in your team, I'm not saying that the cards that you got in your club will get upgraded, but upgraded versions of the FUT Hero cards are going to be put in packs from next Friday. Now, obviously, a lot of the things nowadays around Ultimate Team are usually leaked, you know, a week or so or a few days before a new promo or new card that comes into objectives or into SBCs. A lot of it is leaked, and a few people on Twitter as well that have pretty much been predicting everything right for the whole of this game so far, the whole of this game cycle, have been tweeting out about this. It's coming, but the annoying thing is, I mean, first of all, a lot of these FUT Hero cards need to get upgrades. Only two of them are relatively usable at this stage of the game, and that's Natale and Ginola. And even now, you know, with post Team of the Year and stuff like that, even those cards aren't really like that insane. They're obviously still decent, but a lot of them just aren't really that usable at all. Certainly like, you know, FUT Champions or high-end division rivals. But FUT Captains is going to enable a lot of these FUT Hero cards to get significant upgrades and become a lot more usable. However, not every single FUT Hero card is going to be upgraded, because FUT Captains is centered around players that were captains for their club or for their nation at some point in their career. And from what I can find, there's 6 or 7 FUT Hero players that will not be in this promo. Basically, I was just typing in players' names, going onto the Wikipedia page and going onto the Find On page and typing in captain, and there was at least 6 or 7 players that there was no mention of that at all on the Wikipedia page, but for the other players, there was mention of them being captains at some point for certain clubs or certain nations. There's a very interesting thing about Diego Milito, which you can probably see on the screen right now, that he's changed from the Serie A to La Liga. I'll explain about that in a second, why I've done that, but yeah, we'll quickly run through before we get into the rating predictions that I think these cards will get. Let me go through the players that I don't think are going to be in this promo, because I couldn't find anything anywhere online of them being captains at all. That's Jorge Campos, the goalkeeper from Mexico, Morientes, Aljaba, the Saudi Arabian striker, Lars Ricken, Jurgen Koller, Mostovoy, and Ginola. I couldn't find anything, and I was surprised by that when I couldn't find anything back from his Spurs days, playing in Ligue 1, playing at Newcastle. I couldn't find anything of him being a captain. No mention of it at all on his wiki page. So the best FUT Heroes card doesn't look like... I mean, he's the one that least needs an upgrade out of all of them, but even so, can you imagine an upgraded Ginola card? So I don't know what EA are going to do about that, because he's like the main man for these, you know, for these FUT Hero cards. But based on what I've seen, he doesn't look he's going to be getting a card. But anyway, enough of that intro. That was quite a long intro. Let's get into the players. So the first one is the 91 rated Joe Cole. He was captain for a little bit with West Ham during like the 2002-03 season or 03-04 season or something like that. So he was the captain, and I think also had a brief spell as captain, I want to say maybe with Lille or something like that towards the back end of his career. But you know, his card at you know, the first part of the game was obviously very good, as 87 rated card, but as you know, as people have been kind of leaking out, these cards are apparently going to be getting significant upgrades. So I've gone with like +4s, +5s overall boosts to these cards. So Joe Cole going from like an 87 to a 91. This is a very usable card in the game. Like 100%, he'd be absolutely insane. Then we've got Dudek as a 90 rated. He was captain for his nation, for Poland, for a number of years as well. Going from an 86 up to a 90 rated, he'd be nice, insane, you know, diving, reflexes, nice speed for a goalkeeper as well, so he wouldn't be too bad. Lundberg going up to a 90 rated, he definitely needs an upgrade, and even as an upgraded card, this one still probably wouldn't be that insane. You know, they really do need to give significant upgrades to these cards, because, you know, even like if they were to just give them +1s or +2s and upgrades, these still wouldn't really be that good at all. Even, you know, Lundberg with like a +4 upgrade here is certainly a lot better, a lot more desirable, but there's still much better players from the Premier League. I mean, yeah, he gets a good link, obviously, you know, to Hendrik Larsson and stuff like that, but, or, you know, a nice little link to Ibrahimovic as well, his winter wildcards, but still probably not the most insane, in all honesty. Cordoba, he was captain for his nation, Colombia, for a number of years, going to a 91 rated. This card would be ridiculously good in game. Yes, he is short as far as centre-backs go, but, I mean, with that insane, you know, insane pace and physicality in defending, he'd be absolutely superb to be able to use. Then we've also got the 93 rated Natale. I went with a +5 increase for him. Some players only went with a +4 increase, you know, so for example, I went with like a +4 increase for Longbear, but I feel for people like Natale, EA, with what I can find with Janol, are probably not going to be in the promo. EA are going to have like a main man, and I think this will be the guy, and I think EA are going to really go in on like a massive, and he deserves to be a 93 rated. He's been at that, you know, at that level to deserve a 93 rated throughout many parts of his career, and how insane would he be? Captain for, I think it was for Italy or Juve, you know, various clubs, you know, throughout his career. He'd be unbelievably good. Well into the millions for him, but at the same time, that is like an endgame cards. You know, that is like a really good significant upgrade going to a 93 rated. Solskjaer, I don't really care about him. 90 rated, whatever. Nice shooting he'd probably get. But the rest of his cards, and that's a big upgrade going from an 86 to a 90. Still not really that good enough, in all honesty. The same with Dempsey as well. I tried to find out whether he captained anyone in the Premier League, like for Spurs or for Fulham. He never did that. I personally thought he was captain, certainly for Fulham at some point, but I couldn't find anything on that. Maybe some Fulham or Spurs fans would say different to that, but I couldn't find anything. But he was captain for his nation team and at the 2015 US Gold Cup or something like that. He was captain throughout that tournament through various other things around that career. So he captains the USA, and obviously that's one thing. You know, EA are going to include players in this program that, you know, they don't just have to captain their club. As long as they've captained their nationality at some point, then that's also fine. And Dempsey did do that, so he'll probably stay in the MLS, which obviously isn't the most ideal, but even so, yeah, up to a 99 rated, I suppose, maybe not too bad, but still not the most insane. Abdi Pele going to a 93 rated. He captained Ghana as a national team throughout many parts of his career, going to a 93 rated. The pace and the dribbling with him, the passing, absolutely superb for him. Robbie Keane going to a 90 rated. Fantastic. I know, like, he's the same rating as Solskjaer, but, you know, the 86 Robbie Keane is just a much better looking card than Solskjaer in terms of stats. And obviously, if they were to get like a significant upgrade, I'm guessing they both go up to like around about a 90 or 91 rated. And Keane would just look, only being 90 rated, but his stats, you know, for pace, shooting, and dribbling would be ridiculously good. He was captain for his nation, again, Republic of Ireland, for large parts of his career. And then we have this is the most interesting one, the 92 rated Diego Milito. Now, why have I changed him from Serie A to La Liga? Well, I couldn't find him being captain for Argentina. I couldn't find him being captain for Inter Milan or for any club that he played for in the Serie A. However, he was captain for Zaragoza for a small part of his career. So, based on that, if he was to get an upgraded card, based on the fact that he was only ever a captain of Zaragoza on a consistent basis, surely they'd have to change him to La Liga. It wouldn't make sense if he's been a captain for Zaragoza to keep him as a Serie A player. I don't know how licensing would fit into that. I don't really see why it would be a problem for him to swap to La Liga. You know, it's not like he's already linked to one club. He's just linked purely to a league. So I don't see why it would be too difficult for him just to swap from Serie A to La Liga. I think it'd be fantastic. It'd be really, really cool if EA did this, because I couldn't find anything for him being captain at Inter Milan at all. But for Zaragoza, he was a captain, so he should be in the promo, and he should be changed to La Liga for his league. 92 rated. Wow, he'd be superb. For some reason, I put Robbie Keane in there again. I have to delete that. So we're on to the 89 rated Tim Cahill, who was captain for Everton and also I think for Australia at the same time as well throughout, you know, the first World Cup back in 2014, I think that they were in. Yeah, I mean, nice physicality and shooting, but the rest of it just probably not the most insane. You know, he'd be an interesting card. If anything, maybe EA might kind of focus on upgrading his passing even more, so you could play him potentially as a cam or a centre forward. Yeah, it'd be a nice upgrade to him. It'd make him kind of a fun card, I suppose, to use for a little while. But if we're talking about like top end players in this game, he still doesn't really fit into that category, in all honesty. And then we finish with the 92 rated Mario Gomez, who was captain at Wolfsburg for parts of his career as well. Again, ridiculous shooting, very nice physicality, dribbling and pace not too bad either. He'd also be a really good card. So there it is, guys. There are all the rating predictions for the FUT Hero cards. As I said, I don't know what they're going to do with those 6 or 7 players. Let me just count actually how many it is. 4, 5, it is 7 players. That's from what I could find, were never captains for their nations or for their clubs for any point of their career. So maybe I'm wrong on that, and maybe they were captain for their nation or club at some point, but I couldn't find anything on that. But of course, still, even with some of the cards here, someone saying rating increases for them. So I'm very looking forward to seeing what this promo is going to offer. But anyway, guys, that'll finish off this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.